Yes. Yes. Sorry, because so today I just checked the Skype group and I haven't been on this yet. Mm, okay. So can you introduce about yourself, please? Hello. Yes. Can you please introduce about yourself?
I'm supply frozen food. And,
Mm.
we provide meat
Meet. Mm.
and beef.
Mm. Okay.
We,
Okay. So can you hear me clearly? Okay. Good. All right. So I am Yan. Could be your teacher today. So we will start our lesson today. Can you see the screen I'm sharing? Can you see it? Okay. Yes. So when you go to work after studying English, can you hear me? Okay. All right. So here is we are going to study the first lesson, Unit 6. So you can see in the slide, we have some of the social media, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook. So are you a member of any of these social networks? Mm-hmm. Yes. So why do you use them? Why do you use Facebook or LinkedIn or Instagram?
in it, I have information.
Can you hear me? Sorry, I cannot hear you clearly.
We have more information
Mm.
in, and we use social network.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay. Have you ever been using LinkedIn before?
In our we use in
You never use LinkedIn. What about Instagram?
now. I only use Facebook.
Facebook,
Facebook.
right? Uh-huh. Mm. As I see that you are doing business, so do you often advertise the food or the products, job products on Facebook?
Now
No?
we
Mm. Okay, I see. You will use different social networks. All right. Yeah. And here, so we are working with some words employment. Um, have you ever heard about LinkedIn? LinkedIn, LinkedIn social network. No.
we don't use LinkedIn.
Mm. You, but have you ever heard about it? Have you heard about it before?
Yes,
Mm. Can you tell me about some? Can you tell me something about LinkedIn? Like about what you know about LinkedIn?
I only heard about the name LinkedIn and don't use it.
You don't use it. Okay, okay. Okay, so right now we are going to read the article, and then it will answer two questions here. How many people and companies use LinkedIn, and how does LinkedIn make it easier for people to find jobs and employers to find new staff? Okay. All right. So could you please read it first and then answer two of these questions? Yeah, so can you read the article and answer the questions, please?
Em nghĩ cái này thường không có một cái bài nghe nào để mà mình có thể luyện âm đến mức độ cao, cứ đọc bằng cái vốn hiểu biết của mình để biết
Không, có phần nghe chị ạ, có phần nghe sau đấy ạ.
không, ví dụ như là cả một cái đoạn dài đấy nhá, đây bạn mới bắt đầu lên trên like this professional network thì đấy là những cái đấy là cái mà chị tự nói ra thôi, chứ nó cũng chẳng có một cái bài hướng dẫn nào chẳng hạn, hay nó có bài hướng dẫn mà chị không biết.
Bài hướng dẫn thì ạ, tức là phần nghe ấy ạ.
Không, phần đọc này tự đọc được.
Cái này tức là mình sẽ đọc kiểu như là mình sẽ nhìn thấy cái keyword ấy chị, đây là kiểu đọc mang tính chất là đọc ý chính thôi. Để sau đó là mình sẽ lọc được cái thông tin, sau đó mình được trả lời câu hỏi. Sau đó thì khi mà chị trả lời câu hỏi xong thì mình có thể đọc một hai đoạn để mình luyện phần phát âm. Đấy. Thế còn nếu mà về phần nghe, phần này thì chưa có đâu, thì mình có thể là lên YouTube tham khảo thôi ạ. Ừ. Hmm. Okay, so first of all, how many people and company use LinkedIn? So we can like read it very fast, right? And then see people and companies use. And we can see that use here, people, users, companies, and companies here, right? And then we can see that the information, we can see the information, the key information very quick. So we do not need to like read all of the text in the article. Yeah.
So then 3 million companies and on LinkedIn. 400 million users.
400 million users, right? Okay, that's right. So we have 400 million people and 3 million companies use LinkedIn. And how does LinkedIn make it easier for people to find jobs?
Yeah. Employer, people to find job. Employer to find new job.
Employers to find jobs. How does LinkedIn make it easier for people to find jobs? It's like Facebook. So you can, post the recruitment information on some Facebook page. So it is kind of similar to Facebook. So how does LinkedIn make it easier for people to find jobs? How does it? Tại sao mà LinkedIn nó lại là dễ, tức là nó dễ như thế nào để có thể để cho mọi người có thể tìm việc ấy, là cách nào để mọi người có thể tìm việc trên LinkedIn ấy?
Profile, understand,
Incorrect.
including qualification.
Yeah, qualifications from school or university, right?
Experience, skill,
Yeah, experience and skills. Okay. Yes. What about employers to find new staff? Employers, like the manager or the boss to find new staff. So how does LinkedIn make it easier for employers to find new staff?
high, tổng gọi là people company.
Yes. Yeah, right? Yes. Employers to find new staff thì họ có thể tìm được như thế nào? Tìm bằng cách nào?
The company have it on LinkedIn.
It's only. Sorry, can you say that again? Can you say it again, please?
The company have it on LinkedIn.
Yes, have pages on LinkedIn. Okay. Yes, that's right. And many of them advertise new positions on the site so that employers can find new staff. Okay, very good. Okay, so I would like you to read the first paragraph, and then I would like to check your pronunciation and your intonation. Now, can you read, please? LinkedIn, the world's largest professional network. Yeah, can you read the first paragraph from here to here?
Today, the internet is making it easier and quicker for employer and employees to find each other. One of the most popular websites for both employer and employee is LinkedIn, a social network service for professionals. The company has more than 400 million users in over 200 countries. Many of world's top companies use LinkedIn to help them recruit new employees.
Okay. So I see that your pronunciation, yeah, I think that it's quite good. It's quite good. However, you had one mistake. It's like about the ending sound. Ending sound. Okay. For example, employer, we have here, right? Is. So we have this pronounced employers, and employees.
The employers.
employees, z, z, employers, employees. Okay, and the most S here, one of the most popular websites, and we have S here, websites. And social network, social network. The professionals, users. Yeah, we have S here, so you have to pronounce the ending sound. Users, countries. Yeah. Many of the world's top companies use LinkedIn to help them recruit new employees. So there is a mistake for the ending sound. Yeah. So that's, which is very important. Okay, very, very important. So can you try to read from here to here first, please? From today to professionals. I just want to check your ending sound. Yes. Can you read it? Today to professionals.
Today, the internet is making it easier and quicker for employers and employees to find employees by each other. One of the most popular websites for both employers and employees is
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn, a social network service for professionals. The company has more 400 million users in over 200 countries. Many of the world's top companies use LinkedIn to help them recruit new employees.
Okay, so I think it's better now. For example, when I work for an import-export company, we use LinkedIn a lot. We use LinkedIn a lot to find customer. Yeah, and LinkedIn is very popular for import-export company. Yeah, but maybe for your company, so you do not need to use it. But this is quite interesting social network. Yeah. Okay, so we have some questions here. Do you think sites like LinkedIn really make life easier for companies and people looking for jobs? Yes.
Yes.
And can you think of any disadvantages compared with traditional forms of recruitment? Can you think of any disadvantages compared with traditional forms of recruitment? So with LinkedIn, it's much easier, right? Then you just post the recruitment on social media on the page. But what is the disadvantage of the LinkedIn? Is there any disadvantage?
I don't think about this advantage.
Okay, yeah, I understand. So if you post on LinkedIn, there would be more candidates, so this could be more competitors, competition. Yeah, it's just like that. Nó giống như là khi mà nó có rất là dễ thì nó sẽ có nhiều đối thủ thôi. Nó chỉ là nó sẽ là một trong những cái disadvantage của cái LinkedIn này. Okay, now here, complete the stage of getting a job with the words in bold from the text in true. We have, you know, yeah, you can see that we have some words in bold. For example, recruit, right? Qualifications, you know? Yeah, experience, skills, reference, advertise, apply for, candidates, and a shortlist and interview. So here are the words.
Candidate, shortlist.
Yeah, shortlist. You know?
No.
Shortlist is short. Like, for example, there are so many candidates, and the companies will choose some of them, some of the best candidates into the shortlist. Shortlist là kiểu danh sách chọn lọc ấy. Danh sách chọn lọc. Danh sách chọn lọc.
Shortlist ở đây chọn lọc, còn candidate là gì?
Candidates là ứng viên. Any other new words? Sorry? Reference. Reference kiểu là tham khảo ấy. Kiểu reference on the site, tham khảo. Qualifications? Okay, yes. All right. So some of the both you already know, and now you just complete the stages of getting a job from 1 to 10. For example, when a company decides to do what, so we must put a verb here, right? And what about 2, 3, 4, 5 to 10? Yeah. Có nghĩa là bây giờ mình đã có những cái từ mà lúc nãy mình học, lúc nãy mình đã xem rồi đúng không ạ? Thì có những cái từ đậm in đậm ở đây.
Mình có. Nhưng mà trên bảng này chị để nhìn thấy một cái phần đề bài thôi, còn những cái chữ đấy thì bây giờ chị tôi lại không, bây giờ chị muốn điền vào 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 thì phải nhớ những từ đấy đã, hoặc là phải nhìn thấy những từ không nhìn thấy.
Bây giờ mình có thể nhớ được luôn rồi. Okay. Yeah, so you have about 2 minutes to write down some of the words in both. Okay, finished?
Okay.
Yes, okay. Finished?
When a company decides to recruit new employees, it's usually advantage.
Usually, what is number 2?
Uh,
Okay, so, we can skip number 2. What about number 3?
you decide to apply for the job. It's that you have taken. So
Okay, what about number 5?
look for experience,
Experience. Okay, number 6?
uh, qualification,
Qualification. And 7?
skill, skill,
You? Use. Okay, number 8. What about number 8?
candidate,
Yes, 9.
shortlist,
Shortlist. And 10.
which interview the people to the company for
Fun.
interview.
Interview, that's right. Okay, yeah, so yeah, that's correct, but there's some of the space that you do not haven't completed yet. So decide to recruit, of course. It usually advertise, okay, advertise the job in the press or online. So they recruit new employee, they advertise the job online or in the press. And number 3, number 4, whatever skills. 5. Number 4, the exams that you have taken, it must be your qualifications, okay? Yeah, qualifications. And the companies you have worked for is experience. The things that you have learned to do with your skills. And people who you have worked with who can give you a reference. It must be a reference. Okay, so on for this, is it clear for you? Is it
Yes.
clear? Okay, good. Now, um, so so which position are you in the company? Are you a staff, or you are a manager, or you are a boss? Uh, Sorry, in your company, are you a staff, a manager, or a boss?
Manager.
A manager, right? Okay, do you need to recruit the candidates, the employee?
It manager.
Yeah,
You
you are a
not
manager. Mm,
not it manager.
mm. Okay. So now, after we have some information about LinkedIn and about recruitment, which parts of the recruitment process do you find easier or more difficult? For example, when you see the CV, you check the CV of the candidate and then you interview them. So which part do you think easier and which part do you think more difficult?
Which part of it?
Yeah. Okay, so here we have, sorry. So in the recruitment process, okay, recruitment process, we can have like two main process. One is checking the CV of the candidates. Okay, one part is checking the CV of the candidates, and the second part is like you will interview the candidates, you know, and to choose the right employee for your company. So which part of the recruitment process do you find easier, and which part of the recruitment process do you find more difficult? Checking CV, is it easy or difficult?
Taking CV is easy.
Checking CV is more easy. It's much easier, right? And what about interview?
You in this
Mm,
we have right information
mm,
more exactly.
mm. Exactly. Yes. Yes. All right. Okay. So when you interview the candidates, you will understand them more about their experience and skills, right? And also their characteristics. Is that if the person is suitable for the job or not? Yeah. And now we are going to listen. Listen to the two people describing how they got the job and take notes about how each person was lucky.
6.1. 1.
Okay, so we have two people, okay? Speaker one and speaker two. And they describing how they got your job. You just take notes, how each person was lucky. Wait for me a minute. You
6.1.
hear it?
1. I was lucky.
Can you hear?
Yes.
I only saw the advertisement for my job at the last minute. It was on the company's website, and the deadline was at midnight the same day. I only had about 4 hours to prepare my application. I sent it at about 2 minutes before midnight. I really wanted the job, but I wasn't really qualified for it because I didn't have a master's degree. So I didn't think I would be shortlisted. But I was. Why? Well, I was the last person to send my CV. So I was the first candidate on their list the next morning, and the first one they looked at. It's always useful to be at the top of the pile.
2,
It all started with a job interview in another company. I could see that the person who interviewed me didn't like me. He wasn't interested in my answers. The company wanted a highly skilled technician, preferably with 3 years working in the industry. I had the qualifications, but I wasn't at all experienced as this was my first real job. Anyway, I decided to go for a drink after my interview, and there I met one of my old teachers from technical school. He had a new job working for a company installing wind turbines. He was responsible for the recruitment of service technicians. I think you can imagine the rest. That was so lucky.
Do you want to listen one more time?
Yes, one.
6.1. 1,
I was lucky. I only saw the advertisement for my job at the last minute. It was on the company's website, and the deadline was at midnight the same day. I only had about 4 hours to prepare my application. I sent it at about 2 minutes before midnight. I really wanted the job, but I wasn't really qualified for it because I didn't have a master's degree. So I didn't think I would be shortlisted. But I was. Why? Well, I was the last person to send my CV. So I was the first candidate on their list the next morning, and the first one they looked at. It's always useful to be at the top of the pile.
2,
It all started with a job interview in another company. I could see that the person who interviewed me didn't like me. He wasn't interested in my answers. The company wanted a highly skilled technician, preferably with 3 years working in the industry. I had the qualifications, but I wasn't at all experienced as this was my first real job. Anyway, I decided to go for a drink after my interview, and there I met one of my old teachers from technical school. He had a new job working for a company installing wind turbines. He was responsible for the recruitment of service technicians. I think you can imagine the rest. That was so lucky.
Okay, have you finished?
Yes.
Okay, now speaker one. How they are lucky.
She saw interview at the last minute.
The last minute.
The job have deadline was midnight the same day, and she only 4 hours to prepare application.
You only have 4 hours to prepare. So, how was she lucky?
She saw the advertise at the last minute.
Just last minute. And she was the last person to apply. Mm. And she was the first candidate that they looked at, right? They are the last person to apply and the first candidate they looked at. So that, yeah. Mm-hmm. You can see here, saw the advertisement at the last minute. Yeah, because she was the last person to apply, she was the first candidate they looked at. So she was lucky. What about speaker two?
After the interview, he met his teacher. His teacher. The teacher need service technician.
Technician. Yeah, that's right. That's correct. Yeah. Yeah. Technicians for his own company. That's why he was, he's lucky. He met his ex-teacher who needed technicians for his own company. So they all the only two people. They are so lucky, right? Okay. Listen again. You will listen again and complete the sentences from 1 to 8. Yeah, so I only saw the space, blah, blah. And you just listen and then fill the sentence. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
6.1. 1.
I was lucky. I only saw the advertisement for my job at the last minute. It was on the company's website, and the deadline was at midnight the same day. I only had about 4 hours to prepare my application. I sent it at about 2 minutes before midnight. I really wanted the job, but I wasn't really qualified for it because I didn't have a master's degree. So I didn't think I would be shortlisted. But I was. Why? Well, I was the last person to send my CV. So I was the first candidate on their list the next morning, and the first one they looked at. It's always useful to be at the top of the pile.
2.
It all started with a job interview in another company. I could see that the person who interviewed me didn't like me. He wasn't interested in my answers. The company wanted a highly skilled technician, preferably with 3 years working in the industry. I had the qualifications, but I wasn't at all experienced as this was my first real job. Anyway, I decided to go for a drink after my interview, and there I met one of my old teachers from technical school. He had a new job working for a company installing wind turbines. He was responsible for the recruitment of service technicians. I think you can imagine the rest. That was so lucky.
Okay. You want to listen one more time?
Yes.
6.1. 1.
I was lucky. I only saw the advertisement for my job at the last minute. It was on the company's website, and the deadline was at midnight the same day. I only had about 4 hours to prepare my application. I sent it at about 2 minutes before midnight. I really wanted the job, But I wasn't really qualified for it because I didn't have a master's degree. So I didn't think I would be shortlisted. But I was. Why? Well, I was the last person to send my CV. So I was the first candidate on their list the next morning, and the first one they looked at. It's always useful to be at the top of the pile.
2,
It all started with a job interview in another company. I could see that the person who interviewed me didn't like me. He wasn't interested in my answers. The company wanted a highly skilled technician, preferably with 3 years working in the industry. I had the qualifications, but I wasn't at all experienced as this was my first real job. Anyway, I decided to go for a drink after my interview, and there I met one of my old teachers from technical school. He had a new job working for a company installing wind turbines. He was responsible for the recruitment of service technicians. I think you can imagine the rest. That was so lucky.
Okay. Have you finished? Number 1.
I only saw advertisement for my
The
job.
advertisement. Yes. Okay. What about 2?
I only for applicant
Application. Okay.
application.
Yes. Okay. Number 3.
I really wanted to qualify.
Qualified for it. 4.
But so I didn't think I would be shortlisted.
Shortlist or solicited?
Shortlisted.
Solicited. Okay. What about 5?
I likely interview.
Interviewed me, didn't like me. Okay. And number 6?
The company wanted a highly skilled technician.
Technician. Okay. Highly skilled technician. And 7?
I have the qualification, but I wasn't on experience.
And 8?
It was responsible for the recruitment.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Recruitment. Yes, that's right. Recruitment. So you all have the correct answer. So I think we do not need to listen again. But there was in 7 in different form of same words from 4. Are the words nouns, verbs, or adjectives? Where is the main stress on each word? Okay, so you can see that. For example, application and apply. Application. What form is it? Is it noun, verb, or adjective?
Application.
Yes.
Now,
Yeah, it's a noun, right? And okay. So can you read all of the words here? For example, when we have the underline here, it means the stress is on that. Okay, qualification. Okay, or qualified. Yes, adjective. We have a stress in different position. For now, before shin, k, and adjective it could be the first syllable, qualified. Okay. Yes. So can you try to read all of the words here based on the main stress? Yes. Can you read it, please?
qualification.
Mm.
Qualification.
Mm.
Qualified. Qualified.
qualified. Any sound? Qualified.
Qualified.
Okay.
Shortlist. Shortlist. Shortlisted.
Shortlisted.
Interview.
Interview.
Interview. Interview.
Okay. Interviewed.
Interviewed. Mỗi chữ đờ.
Chữ đờ đấy.
Interviewed.
Yeah, chữ đờ. Yes.
Interviewed. Skill. Skilled.
Yes. Skilled. It's also t and it's out. Skilled.
Experience.
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 And here.
Experience. Experience. Recruitment.
Yes. And
Recruit.
recruit. That's right. Okay. So right now we are going to work with a partner and tell the partner when you got your present job. Okay, so I will ask and you answer, okay? Now, for example, we have some information, how you heard about the job and how you applied for it, the interviews you had, why you accepted the job. So you just tell me about your current job, your present job. For example, you just say that I heard the job in the LinkedIn or something like that, or LinkedIn page, and how you apply, yeah, something like that. So please tell me when you got the present job and talk about the four information below. Yeah. You got it? Yes, can you tell me about your present job? Like, how did you heard about the job and how do you apply? How did you apply for it?
I never ever.
You never?
Interview.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh. So how did you have the job? How did you get the job?
When I am 26, when 25, my father helped me have a job. After
Until
that,
now.
I work for my sister, and I became a manager when I'm 28, and I never go to the interview.
Oh, I see. I see. That's why. So you have been working in your company for a long time since you graduated from university. How many years right now? Like
15 years.
Wow, 15 years working in the same company.
Yes.
Wow. So right now the young people, they have to quit and then they go for interview many times. Not so many people they can just work for a company for such a long time like you. Yeah, I'm so surprised. So surprised by it. Yeah. Okay, so for the interview, have you ever joined an interview before? Interview, like, for example, you are a manager and then you enjoy the interview to you enjoy an interview and then you will ask the candidates to choose the employee. Have you ever been there? Tức là mình đã bao giờ là ở trong một cuộc phỏng vấn này để phỏng vấn ứng viên.
Sometimes I have interviewed.
Sometimes.
Yes.
And which questions do you ask the candidates?
I ask about experience and skill. I'm not. I think the qualification is not important.
The qualification is not important. So which is the most important to choose the best candidate?
Experience.
Experience. I see. What about characteristic? Characteristic. Yes, tính cách.
Tính cách của họ.
Yes, that's right. Cái tính cách thì nó có quan trọng khi mà lựa chọn ứng viên không ạ?
I think it is important, but they are not. I don't understand in one hour or 30 minutes. I don't understand about them.
Okay. Yes, so just a short time you cannot understand all about their characteristics. Yeah.
Yes,
just know. Yeah, just know about the experience and skill only. Yeah. Okay. So this is a job interview, and when you have any job interview like in your company next time, like for example, for next 2 months, does the company have any job interview?
2 months.
Yeah, next 2 months.
With, one time per month.
One time a month. Once a month.
One a month. We have.
Like which position do you often recruit? Position like it's a sales or
worker or technical, and the most accountant is
the more you need is the accountants.
Yes.
Okay, I see. Good. All right, that's all about our lesson today. So at home, I want you to do this task, like how you got your present job, even though you do not have like you do not need to go to any interview before, but you just tell me more detailed about this, okay? Like try to use more words, like more complicated words like this. For example, even though I do not need to go for any interview in the past, for example, like that, and then you just say that about your qualifications, your experience, your skills, okay, and reference, okay.
Reference.
Yeah, có nghĩa là về nhà chị làm cho em cái phần này chị nhé, là làm thế nào mà chị có công việc hiện tại ấy. Để tuy là chị không có phỏng vấn như bình thường, nhưng mà mình có thể nói thêm về cái việc là mình có những cái gì ạ, qualification như thế nào và experience skill như thế nào, và ai là người reference mình như thế nào đấy, được ạ. Và mình đã làm được bao nhiêu lâu ấy, kiểu như vậy, và đã đạt được những cái gì ấy. Thì mình sẽ nói nhiều hơn và sử dụng những cái từ mà mình đã học, hoặc là thêm những cái từ khác nữa để mở rộng vốn từ của mình. Ok. Is it clear?
Yes,
Okay. Do you have any questions?
I don't have a question.
Okay. So if not, we can stop now, and I'll talk to you next time. See you. Bye bye.
See you again.
Yeah.